So today we're going to be discussing ethical dilemma. In this case study scenario, we are a manager at a mid-sized company. One of our employees, John, he's been with us for 12 years. He's a little hardworking. Overall, he just helps the department exceed goals. I mean, everybody loves him, and he's honestly a role model in the workplace. However, you find out that he has participated in an inappropriate consensual relationship with a colleague. It's not harming anybody, but it is violating company code of conduct, and that clearly states that that can't happen between two employees. And it's extramarital. He has kids, 3 kids under the age of 10 that he is the sole financial provider for. Yeah, he apologized. He told you it wouldn't happen again, but I mean, he still did it. And you really have 2 options. You can fire him or you can keep him, and that's your 2 options. If you fire him, you're losing one of your best employees. But if you keep him, upper management could fire you. They're well and right, especially since it is against company policy and it is a fireable offense. But you could also lose your best performer. So, it's a difficult situation. I'm going to go ahead and start off by saying you need to fire John. And this isn't something, if I was in a situation, I would want to do at all either. I would actually probably be tempted to keep him. However, the problem with that is you're setting a precedent. And that precedent is if you perform well enough, then you can break certain rules. And that's dangerous because let's say, not that any rule breaking is bad in and of itself, but let's say somebody is performing really well and then they start like embezzling from the company or something. Like, is that okay? Like, obviously it's all wrong, but I mean, it could get worse. Like, it could set a precedent that, if you perform well enough, then we will let you get away with things that could very easily cause legal action. It's a slippery slope, and you don't want to get on that because employees will take advantage of that, especially if they know you're a manager who will let things slide. So obviously sometimes rules have to be discretionary, but with something this serious, it is very important that you need to go ahead and just nip it in the bud and pretty much make it clear that any sort of direct disobedience of the code of conduct, you're going to be terminated. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it, especially since John, I mean, he sounds like a great guy, and you're probably going to get slack from other employees, and especially John could get sued. Upper management might not even like it, but I still think it's better than the alternative of keeping him on and not only risking your own job, but risking the moral integrity of the company, which it's very important, and you should not play around with something like that, if that makes sense. And a good, I guess, ethical viewpoint to look at this is definitely utilitarianism, because you're doing what's best for everybody, which ultimately is morally you're doing what's best for the company. If you're looking more towards yourself, or maybe just from a numbers standpoint, keeping John might be like a no-brainer. But if you want the company as a whole to succeed and not fall under any sort of hardship, then it's probably a very good idea to just let him go. I mean, it's unfortunate, but he knew it was against the rules, especially if he's been working at the company for 12 years. He's not oblivious to it. He knew what he was getting into when he made his choice. And yeah, that's pretty much it.